Check. Okay, kind of.
We good? All right.
Yep.
And shalom. We are the brothers of the from the Great Millstone branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rikakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Right? To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, and be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like those heathen, and to the aqua for the listening and learning. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna just open with a scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 25:7, and it reads, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." You know, come on.
Yep.
We're literally witnessing the fall of Esau Edom.
That's right.
Right? They're infighting, they're tearing each other up, and their system is literally collapsing underneath them.
In the face.
All right, it's literally collapsing. Distraction with bread circus nonstop.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, it's just happening, man. What the scripture said? We will laugh at that calamity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right,
And we got a video on.
You gonna get it?
We probably won't play the whole video, but we're gonna play portions of it. Matter of fact, we probably will play through it, stop it, and then through the spirit, commentate and bring out scriptures. That's probably how we'll do this thing this evening. But it's of a sheriff. And we were having a conversation before we went live, how the average sheriff has a different mindset from the average street cop. All right, they don't have the same mindset. And sheriffs, for the most part, sheriffs are usually really gung ho about the Constitution and America, rah the cop. Most cops are just on the job to collect a check, so they can get paid to beat up niggas and spiggers.
Mm-hmm. Profit off of it.
And profit off of it. I mean, that's generally why they're there. All right. They're not there because they're just gun ho for their country and stuff. But the average sheriff is really, your Constitution, stand up, hand over the heart at every game, saluting. That's their mindset. And they, matter of fact, they didn't even want to enforce a lot of these unrighteous decrees that were being pushed out that actually goes against the Constitution, like a lot of these gun laws. A lot of gun laws aren't laws at all. The legislation is just being, mandates that they push.
The proclamation.
All right. Yeah, it's just like just to give you an example. The whole thing with the AR in the state of Illinois, with the stock. You get an AR, you take the little stock off, and now your AR is legal. All right.
Right.
Well, if you already have one, because you can't. If you don't have one, you can't buy one.
Right.
All right, legally. All right, and if you have a stock on it, a little bitty plastic piece off, which is not gonna, because you still got the smell.
The butt of it. Yeah.
You still can put the butt on you and still use it the same way. But if you take that little plastic piece off, then it's legal. You put the plastic piece on, you're a felon.
That's what
It's the stupidest thing.
Hand braces too, with the grips.
If you got that grip.
Yeah, the full grip.
Yeah. So there you go. Right. So you buy the AR, you put the little grip that you hold like
They
this.
sell it, but say don't put it on there.
Nah, but they'll sell it.
Don't put it on there.
It's gonna make it illegal.
Yeah, because really Esau wants you to fight back because what it's actually doing is add more stability to you.
Yeah, that's what it does.
And they don't want you to have basically
A clean shot.
It makes it more stable.
Right.
Even if you injure, you still, because you just got solid points of contact. And, so that's what it's really about.
This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hands, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her, and so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reaches into the heavens, and it is lifted up even to the skies. Esau even has done corrupted the whole planet, and here in America now, which has been the whore sitting up on top of the glory of all Esau nations. Now, sheriff, he's one of the elites of their nations, You have these Edomites, and I remember the video we did a couple weeks ago of the one lady sighing and crying. The Esau, we're in the middle of a fall. Like the lesson is here, it's here, it's here. Babylon is falling as we speak.
As we speak.
We're in the middle of the collapse. Financially, we were healed her. It's not going to be no healing to this financial system, to every system. How many bubbles were there before the COVID?
Exactly. And which is why when COVID kicked off, America was still in the middle of a retail apocalypse that never stopped. Right. And it just goes to show you, can somebody get this? Is there no more wisdom in teaming? Because, I mean, what person thinks that you could spend your way out of poverty, that you can spend your way out of debt? It really makes no sense, because America is a debt-based society, all right, and a consumer-based society. You can't buy your way into prosperity, because if that's happening, that means a small percentage of the people in the population is getting wealthy from the consumer, while the other ones are just spending all their money. And then when a rainy day comes, they ain't got nothing.
And that coincides with the statistics that's ever since 2019 with the vid, that the rich have gotten over 100% richer. I forgot what it was like, 200 or 300% richer, and everyone else has gotten poorer.
Well, he gives you a statistic in this video we're going to play after the scripture.
All right.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is there wisdom?
I mean, this
vanished?
is the scholars, man. These are the people who said they're wiser than Daniel. Use all this wisdom. Knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, right?
No, they set forth policy that destroyed their country, that destroyed their way of living, that destroyed their family life. And all that was aimed at Jacob, but it's backfired, because now it's happening to them. Now there's a new movement with Arab women wanting to be with black men. That's all over the internet now. So Ishmael, he's losing his women. And why is he losing his women? Because Westernism has invaded West Asia. There's no such thing as the Middle East.
Okay.
I just want to put that out there. So that's a made up terminology, like saying black. All right. The Middle East is a made up social construct to elevate white superiority. All right. But that's West Asian. So now you got Western Asian women that are seeking to be with Negro men. And they go to show you how destroyed these so-called Negro men are. They want to be with Negro men now because they say, not only because Negro men have really good, nice cucumbers or big personalities. Outside of that part, what they're saying is that they're securing themselves and they don't worry about you going to work and making your own money. That's the westernized men, because the men in the Arab world actually have it right. As far as the woman not being free to gad about and just wear whatever she wants to wear and all that other shit. But anyway, we kind of stay on point. Let's get to that video, and then we're gonna let brothers bring out scriptures as we go.
This is Gen X reaching out to you millennials. I don't know how you're doing it, and I can tell you, our economy's shot. But it's not just the United States; it's in the UK, it's in Canada. I actually watched somebody not too long ago from Canada. They want to know how things were in the US. Well, it's not any better.
Pause it right there. Any brother got a scripture? I got one in mind.
It was just the one we read in Babylon. Go ahead, bro. I had full scripture like that.
But I was gonna make a point. That video you mentioned, I didn't peep when I first watched it. They mentioned that video. I saw that video. It was a bitch in Canada complaining about not being able to afford the cost of living in Canada. And she got the nerve to say, I have to move. I'm in my parents' house. I make this amount of money. I can't get my own place. How is it in America? It's the same, bitch. The whole world has been tricked. Esau, they say he's because his pride, he doesn't keep it home. He can't be satisfied. He's greedy. He got control over the whole world, man. That was his blessing in Genesis 27, to get the dew of the heaven and earth, man.
That's right.
So Esau Edom has taken and got control over the whole planet, man.
That's right.
And with getting control over the planet, what did he do, man? All right, he put everybody on a debt-based system. Everybody got a central bank. Everybody owes money to a select few bankers, man. All right, the Esau's put everybody into slavery, man. Point blank, period.
And that goes back to the Jeremiah 51:7. He said that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wines. The nations are mad. That's why she's crying like, why is this happening here? That's why as you mentioned, the Nord Stream pipeline being busted.
That has caused a shitstorm
Over in Europe.
In Europe, so Europeans are panicking because they're actually going to have no power this.
Yeah,
And they're blaming it on America. Let me read this real quick. This is Revelation 18:3. It says, "For all the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
There you go.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." So as these people got rich, they were effing over their own constituents. They were effing over their other people. All right. So now what's happening is these Europeans always supporting America, and America with its America First policy, the Americans have never really cared about their partners. And if you can't see that now, you know, they all see it, because when they blew that pipeline, okay, they cut off all that power from all them Europeans. Germany being some of the main people to get affected. All right, and so now they started. Chevron started expediently putting billions into the pipeline that was going through Africa. And it's going to branch out to all these different parts of Europe, because you know Europe is just right across the Mediterranean, and it's shorter in some places. So they had all this giant pipe coming up and was going to branch off into all these different parts of Europe. And now the Africans have kicked all the Edomites out and said, no, your pipeline will not go. You will not pass go. You will not collect $200. Fuck you. And so it's all backfiring on them. And so now they're panicking, and what's that doing? That's making the countries, a lot of American partners, run to the BRICS.
Okay,
all right, they're going to the BRICS. Go ahead, brother.
This Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Mm-hmm.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Right.
They that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
They have their money, the financial system, all right, and they entered these contracts, but now they're playing how you've been shady with them, because every contract Esau has started with any other nation has been one-sided. Now they're doing it back to you.
That's when y'all cease to spoil.
That's even with the BRICS.
Yeah, Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The BRICS, they value their BRICS dollar to one BRICS. You need 55 American dollars for one BRIC dollar. It's here. We are a third world country.
That's a financial nuke.
But that's the same thing that they had did. Henry Kissinger had negotiated that if you wanted to go to get this OPEC oil, you had to buy the American dollar. And so now you want $1.5 billion of oil, you got to produce $4 billion to buy this shit for me, so I can give you $1 billion, $1.5 billion to go get this shit.
And that goes to show you, Esau Edom, he's gonna have to accelerate this MOTB, because he's not gonna have nothing else after this.
Which is why he's planning all these lockdowns and the variant and all that other stuff. It's all getting ready.
That's why the world is going digital.
Yeah.
Even though the BRICS it is a blow to America, but this is all part of the one world government shit. They're gonna use it.
They're gonna do it too.
Because what's going on in Africa? They going digital. Nigeria's going completely digital.
Yeah.
And who are they working with? The Russians.
Yep.
They all going digital.
Yep.
All right. Just like when China devalued the yuan, it came out that it was the IMF that told them to do so. So it hurt America and built the Chinese economy, but this was at the request of the fucking bankers.
Right, of the IMF. So this goes to show you that they playing favorites now. They're done with America.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why America's being shitted on. They're done with America, because even they're going digital, but the difference being is that with the BRICS nation, they actually backing that digital shit with gold.
Yeah.
That's the that's the selling point.
That's how
That's the selling point. So I don't know if they actually gonna do that.
Right.
It's definitely a selling point.
It's the same trick with America. That's how they got the countries to lock in with the USD.
Yeah.
Oh, it's backed by gold.
Yeah.
You know, we can all use this set price point, convert your business over into dollars. Then Reagan get up in there. Yeah, Reagan, he got rid of Bretton Woods, I believe. took that gold right out. We got the oil deal, so y'all still good. The same plan.
Yeah,
But this time, the nation's going to get. But this time, the nation's going to be pissed, man. All right, it says Russia's going to have an evil thought. They through with you. Soon they're going to be through with you, elites. All right, they're going to bomb America and Israel, man.
Yeah, they got
Right.
their own elites. They got.
Salaki, brother. I don't want to lose this thought because I was actually going to do a lesson on it. Because I watched that movie again, Outside the Wire.
Mm-hmm.
That movie is so fucking deep. You really gotta watch that movie about 3 or 4 times, because to really catch all the meat on the bone that's that's in this movie. And there's a scene when the redhead chick is talking to the lieutenant who's a sellout coon. All right.
Always.
Completely. All right. But she said basically the AI thing, which is why this AI is really meant. The AI is controlled.
100%.
The AI is controlled, and Benji proved that with the conversation that he had one. Now the first AIs that they actually let them go, and with the MIT thing and all the evidence that disappeared off the internet because that AI said eliminate Edomites, eliminate white people.
Mhm.
All right, so all AIs that are out there now are still programmed. They get programmed then released. So this particular AI, all right, this American war machine that they created, this AI went rogue because this AI it couldn't rationalize trying to make an immoral act righteous.
Okay.
So it's AI. So it was like, wait a minute. So basically, the AI saw that, wait, it's America. I'm on the team that's really fucking everything up. And that's what, I don't know if you realize, but that's what that movie was about. The AI realized America was the problem. The American military was the problem because the damn lieutenant's trying to argue, this is a peace mission. And she's like, please. She said the Russians want peace. All the Russians want is their territories back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God damn.
That's the black dude in it.
Right.
Okay, I remember that movie.
Yeah, she said all the Anthony Mack played the AI, the robot.
Yeah.
It's like a cyborg, like a humanoid robot. And the shit, I was like, God damn. They put it, and then there's another scene when he said, why do you think that they chose my face?
Yeah.
He said they could have made me blonde hair, blue eyed, good old Captain America.
Yeah.
But he said, but you know what? He said my face represents neutrality, which proves that the world sees that face as wickedness.
Yeah.
The world sees that face as an oppressor. The world sees that face as the problem. So, and that also means that the world sees the so-called black man, all right, the so-called black man in America. That means the world knows that they're victims. That's right. That they're being victimized because his face represented neutrality, because now this black, so-called black face can go in places where this red pale face couldn't and do diplomatic missions and things of that nature, because no one felt threatened by him, because everybody knew that this guy is getting shitted on in his own country. All right? And so that movie is hella deep, man. Brothers,
What's the name of it again?
Outside the Wire.
Outside.
Once you watch it, you'll remember.
Yeah, once you watch it, you'll remember.
Yeah.
But you gotta really watch it, and you can't be on your phone when you gotta really watch that movie.
What is it on?
It was on Netflix.
It's I think it's still on Netflix.
It's still on Netflix. Hey, Elder,
I did see. I remember that.
I also want to say, also the world looks at Jacob as being next to and as
You
Savior.
saw what the Filipino chick said.
Yeah, and that
She said that the so-called black man it was put here to protect the earth from the devil.
Yeah.
The one Elon chick,
I was just about to say that.
She
Yeah.
said, niggas need to come back.
You need
They
to come
get out
back.
there and get our power.
Yeah.
They know we from the East.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, man.
You guys in
Alright.
America.
Even though it's so crazy is Africans is at one point the land of Israel was run by Canaanites.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a part they don't like to mention, that Africans ruled the so-called Middle East.
The Western Asia.
Western Asia.
The
Yeah.
place that you call the Middle East is Western Asia, and he's absolutely right. The Canaanites were the Philistines. What you call what the Philistine is, the modern day way of saying the Philistine is Palestine.
Yeah, you Palestinians not even a real Palestinian.
You're
Yeah, that's
Israelites.
right.
You're convert. Matter of fact, get Joel real quick and we'll get right back on point. Right? In the book of Joel, you Hamites and you Ishmaelites and all you other heathens went into that land.
That's right. This is
All right.
Yeah, this is Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, and I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. So everything about the read through is the end of our slavery.
Yep.
It's the Lord redeeming us right here. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment.
Yep.
That's World War III. That's Zephaniah 3 and 8. That's why we're seeing the tension within the world right now, whether it's based off financial shit or the people looking at America and Britain, all right, as colonizers. You have the one Hamite. This is a complete Hamite too.
That's a good word. People saw the face of that sheriff as a colonizer.
Yeah.
Which is why they didn't make him the face of the AI super soldier.
That's right. And she made a joke about it. Like, you come to our country and basically make yourself as an angel of light, and then get mad when we come to your country. Well, don't come to our shit putting up this image. I mean, you really hate us just want our resources. So the world is realizing that's all you want.
Right.
But they so bugged out, soon they're going to realize that's all the pale males. Because you got Hamites still talking about, well, America can't fuck with us because look who's with us now, Russia and China.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Russians are the same Edomites, man.
Yeah. Hey, and what's crazy?
That's right.
What I believe Putin doing, but I strongly believe what Putin is doing by putting those images up because they dark skinned, he making them Hamites think that was them, when really that was us.
Now, them Hamites know the difference.
They know the difference.
The Hamites know that,
Yeah,
the Hamites clearly know that was us. I disagree with that. That's just to cause more division.
No. What Arala is trying to say, Putin is putting those images up because the deals he's making with the Africans to say, look, I'm cool with y'all. Because he not working with his Hamites, he working with Israelites in Africa too. He with Nigeria, he got So Putin is putting
Ugandans and like all the Western African.
He trying to show like you can fuck with me.
Yeah.
All those places are fully Israelite.
I'm the cool white guy.
He like, I'm the cool white guy. Right. But meanwhile, he end up exposing that really what we saying is true. He's shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah.
He's the same devil as these devils over here. And them Hamites definitely know the difference. I talked to a Nigerian, and he was talking about how he knew that he's an Israelite. He didn't really care, but he understood it. And it's the difference between him and the other Hamites.
They've been fighting each other all along.
Like each other.
The whole time he's been over, where the Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom was over here in America. The Jake still in Africa get going back and forth with them Hamites the whole time.
Yep.
Going on outside.
Yep. I will also gather all nations that will bring them down to the valley of Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. And Isaiah 66 lets know that plead is with fire. So this is please let them go. No, this is Lord fucking you up.
That's it.
For they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, and they have cast lots on my people, have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink, which is your triangular slave trade. We were bartered for goods, traded for whores.
Right.
And the scriptures manifold. Our young man was even made to be whores, man.
Yeah.
When you watch,
I'm disagreeing with you, brother.
no, okay, yeah. When you watch, when you watch, what's the Forrest Whitaker movie when the Butler? What's the Butler? It was one of them. The dude, the slave. No, it was the other one. The dude. It was a Christmas party. Birth of a Nation. It was a Christmas party, and Edomite came out. The other was wanted women. He wanted the black dude.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole point.
When it was out,
come on. He said, because Esau's a bunch of freaky dickies. They like they like man pussy, as they call it.
They want Bucci.
That's what
Gucci man. They want Gucci.
Yeah, they like Bucci. All right, so they did that, man, with our young men. Yeah, what have you to do? That's why they love going to what's the little Asian country with all the little ass girls?
Thailand.
Yeah.
Cambodia.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, and they have cast lots of my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine, which are you Africans, all right, and you Ishmael, you Arabs, man. There's the book. We got the book. We ain't got to bring it out. You can Google it. Slavery in the Arab world. And something that Murph brought to...
I got a copy of it as well at home.
And Murph brought it to my attention. He brought it to a lot of people's attention. When you watched the beginning of Roots, you saw the Hamite...
The 40th minute. It's actually the 40th minute in the original Roots movie. Right around the 40th, 41st minute.
Yeah, when
it shows you Joel, the third chapter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It show you Hamites, Edomites, and Ishmael capturing Israelites.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what the scripture's talking about. The triangular slave trade. And it was a triangle, which it really was circular, but the point is the three main points: Europe, Africa, and America. And they was taking slaves from all three of these spots.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, because the first slaves was the Northern Kingdom. They was taking them to Europe, man. That's your Pocahontas. I was on a small scale of that is shown in Pocahontas. But then the first black slaves came from Spain. They called Portugal now. All right? And then they started using Ishmael ports that he already had set up in Africa and was getting up off the coast, man. The Ishmaelites showed Esau the way on how to work the shit, man. Because they've been selling humans. Human trafficking been big business forever. And them Ishmaelites was the same ones that bought Joseph, man.
Right.
And sold Joseph.
That's right.
The Hamites.
That's right.
And they showed you that in Gladiator.
It's a lock and mirror.
Right?
Yeah,
When they
Gladiator.
picked up when they picked up what was the character's
Proximo.
name? Maximus.
Yeah.
And the Hamite dude, healed him.
Yeah.
Was working on his wounds. They showed you
Right.
that. Yeah,
He got bought by Proximo.
Those were right. Proximo was a Ishmaelite with a Greek name.
Yeah.
So like remember the first roots, a couple of slaves, those were Gadites. The kid scooped that white said, she said, I'm American. She said, I'm not. Then she said, I'm not African. And the roots that got redone again.
Yeah, number 2,
They
right.
had some number 2 roots. They had Gadites and they had Cherokee slaves in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it did, so they basically told on themselves.
Yep.
Yep.
I got books with ship records of Hamites on the ship records. I mean, not Hamites, but Gadites on the ships with Judah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It gave you the number of Gadites and the number of Judites. All right, on the same slave ship. There was a ship called the Royal Anne that sailed Anne with the double N and the E at the end. The Royal Anne would sail in and out of New York in 1715. And the ship, the cargo manifold, it manifest. It had
List of
a
slaves.
number of Gadites and a number of Negro slaves that were on board.
Yep. Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? So it's nothing that you Hamites and Israelites can do. All right, you got to go down. That's why Isaiah 34, even Obadiah, it goes to the destruction of Edom, but then it tells you all you fucking heathens, man.
Yep.
Because y'all all did this to us.
That's right.
All right, y'all all sat back and watched Esau fuck us over,
Yes, sir.
and then want to call us a face of neutrality.
Profited from it, or didn't speak up.
Now I remember, that's the spirit, 'cause I forgot when to say this earlier, but now's the time. World trade became big business off the back of slavery.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, because
That's
whatever was the trending. Whatever was the trending product, whatever was big business, that's what we produced and manufactured. All right, so if it was fur trapping, they had niggas running. If it was sugar, we ran. If it was tobacco, and when it was cotton and textiles, that's when it became big, and America really profited.
Lost
and
their mind with it.
Yeah,
Lost their mind with it.
and that was the beginning of America becoming the center of the world trade, man. It all started with slavery,
The
man.
scripture says, what
Now
nation
I
has-
want you to pay attention to this Negroes to be sold, because what people don't realize is that the image on there putting out the when it says to be sold Negroes.
Yeah, Negro to be sold. I know.
Those are Native Americans. Those were not. Look, I got those images. Those were Native Americans. Those were not even Negroes. They were not from Africa. All right, and they printed it black and white like that, so it really didn't show the features.
You could tell by the way they dress.
But though exactly, they were wearing the feathery garments. But there's a book. There's a couple books that actually have those original images in them, and they were not. Let me go to the evidence folder real quick and find some. And I'm gonna send them to you, brother, so you can put them up. That's a very important point, and then I forget about that. But every time I see that image, it makes me think about it. It's probably gonna be too.
What you getting at? It says, what one, off what you just speaking, what one nation hasn't had a, go ahead, brother.
This is First Maccabees 2:10. It says, "What nation had not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?"
Yeah. So that was big business, man. All you countries got paid off this shit, man. All right, off our backs. When I say ours, like we always say, when we say niggas, we mean all 12 tribes, man. They refer to the Gadites, Reubenites, etc. as Negroes, man.
Yep.
All right, just like the Tainos, they call them niggas, right? Just like the Brazilians, they the same thing.
Yep.
Even on that same poster, it used to say Hebrews.
No, that's a different poster, but they got you'll see some that say Hebrews.
Ebos, right? Ebos, right?
maps.
But they switched it up, you know, because they knew Jacob find out, seeing them getting put on slavery, they'll know that we the Israelites. So they didn't want that to be discovered, you know, they wanted to cover these
Even
things up.
I see some of their old maps. They had Hebrews,
Ebos, yeah,
on the
yeah.
map,
On the map, yeah. Yep.
It's another verse too.
And that proves when Cristobal Colon came over here, he knew that it was Hebrews over here.
Oh yeah, he brought Hebrew interpreters with him. Why would you bring them?
Right.
Why would you bring Hebrew interpreters to come talk to some? For one, well, he knew he was coming over there. That's a myth that he was trying to go to
Right.
the Indies.
They show you that in 1492.
He came with 5 Hebrew interpreters.
Yeah.
Luis de Torres being the main one. So why would you bring 5 Hebrew interpreters to find India?
Hey, in 1492, what did it show you? He said,
Ezra.
the writing of Ezra. But Ezra is a Jew. He's like, yeah, that's how I know that there's, this land is over here because of the writings of Ezra.
Did you get that image?
Yeah, I put the bishops on.
It's one more person.
And it's the same it's the same book we use to show the Northern Kingdom how we got here.
If you can't pull
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to you black only Israelites, man.
Right.
Goofy.
For one, I mean, even if you go black only, but we just showed that the nation was called black.
Right.
That's because Ephraim became a Canaanite term.
Yeah.
That don't change nothing, man.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, stop listening to Michael Jackson. You don't like so-called Native Americans because Michael Jackson was Choctaw Indian.
And light-skinned niggas always existed, man. What's your excuse, man? The same niggas that's talking that shit is, what the fuck? That nigga's a goddamn Simeonite.
He know it. He's just bugged out.
Fucking idiot.
Nothing new under the sun, man.
Right. Just like them New York think they deep niggas.
Northern and Southern King, they still got that curse on them, man.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
still got that. You ain't the truth. You still saying black only. And then I just found out, like last year, some Mexicans talking about some Mexicans only, ladies only.
Right.
Y'all niggas still under the curses, man. That's crazy.
Them cats out of Arizona and Colorado.
Right.
That on that Northern Kingdom only guys.
The one scripture that cut both
they're gaining, they gaining followers. They south of Colorado.
Y'all gotta be set up because the scriptures cut that. One scripture alone cut it, and there's plenty more. Jeremiah 50:33.
Yeah.
Why is it that strange fruit applies to Negroes, so-called Negroes, but also it applies to the Latin tribe, man?
Yeah, right.
There's a book called it.
Yeah.
Lynches in the Mexican world, something like that. Mexican lynches.
Yeah.
Mexican lynches.
That was that song.
And, strange fruits. But
strange fruit.
what's wrong about that is it's a fucked up part of our history, but it's very important because the tree hanging is in the scriptures. It says, "Curse be he that hang on the tree." That shows that we're the people of the curse. It says how Shai was hung on a tree. It says what? He became a curse to deliver us from the curse. This how you know we the children of Israel. We are Yahweh Shai's, children, man. Meaning son of Adam.
There's a tree in Texas where it's to hang so-called black people, so-called Mexicans on the same tree. Man.
Yeah. I saw that. That it was some ranch I was looking at. He said this tree right here, they hung many of my ancestors on here, and they also were hanging the Negroes. I was watching the video.
Where's the lynchings at for the Jewish dudes? Where's the Palestinian lynching trees? Where's the fucking the Hamite lynching tree? That should happen to us, man.
Well, where's the Hamite projects, man? All right. Hey, it's funny, man. These niggas is just bugged out. Because you actually got black conscious Puerto Ricans, man. You got Puerto Rican niggas in the black conscious.
Those some black conscious right there. But you see those images to the right? Those are all Gadites and Reubenites.
Right.
All right. That's what those images came from. And those are the same images that they use. All right. Those were Native American chiefs. And those are the images that they use on the Negro side to actually sell so-called black slaves. So when we tell you, we know what the fuck we talking about.
That's
and
right.
many of the Gadites and Reubenites got reclassified as Negroes.
Yep.
So, and even in 1683 in Virginia, they had already declared the natives and the Negroes one race. They had declared them the same in the same place where they made up this whole term of white people.
Right.
Right, because see, you got on TikTok, you got light-skinned Gadites. Oh, they can't imagine there was dark skinned so-called black.
When you still got guys walking around, it's still dark.
That's
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Right.
God,
One right there.
I was gonna say, good God, I know at the job, and whatnot. Dog is south
You
side.
still got some walking
Dog
in.
is
You got
south side.
Escorites, it's still dark too. So done with all that bullshit.
Y'all posted some stuff in the Bishop's room. He just posted a couple of things too.
I'm about to go check it out. And if you, I remember last week when I was at work, there was a whole line of mostly Venezuelans at the trying to get green cards. But then you saw when I was with one of my coworkers, we was going up and down. One of the main guys talking was darker. If you were, matter of fact, all three of y'all look just like y'all. And I'm telling you, and he has a status and needs his brother, but I mean, you know, and
I see so-called Hispanic people every day, all day that's darker than me.
Yes.
All the time.
Speaking full-blooded Spanish.
And a lot of them walk up to me speaking Spanish.
And they so
it happens to me almost every day.
Yeah, the Esau got you niggas so divided. They got you niggas calling yourself Afro-Latino. You fucking goofy. I'm proud of my Afro-Latino heritage.
You triple confused.
You a motherfucking hairstyle Mexican nigga? No. It's dark Mexicans, man. The whole world is swarthy, man. The whole world is swarthy, man. All right, now something. Israelites range dark to light. It's light-skinned Judites. It's light-skinned Mexicans. It's dark-skinned Mexicans. I know black.
I know black.
I know black.
No,
Matter of fact, when Esau came to some of the tribes with some mixtures, dark skin, light skin.
It's like that, yeah. As the ground, Jews black as the ground.
Right.
You got black dirt, brown dirt, light brown.
That's right.
Red clay.
That's right.
A good example of that is my son. His father's Honduras. His father's from Honduras.
Yeah, stand up so you get on camera man, so they can see you. He Northern Kingdom.
He Northern Kingdom.
Zebulon.
You wouldn't
Zebulon in the house. Look at that Mayan right there.
That light too bright, it don't really capture his essence of blackness.
What y'all gonna say about him?
Are you a Mayan son?
I got your 15 minutes. All right.
He was feeling something out the other day. He said, "What do I put?"
Black.
He said, "I put Hispanic."
Hell yeah.
Fuck him up.
Put white Hispanic at that.
White Hispanic.
Put white Hispanic.
That'll throw.
That's what I put white shit. I put Jewish. I put all that shit. I put Jewish all the time. Fuck out here.
My wife called me 2 weeks ago. She said, "Rob's on the hospital, why you?" I said, "Just tell him Jewish."
Put white motherfuckers. Put anything black.
Now the brother Kadam too. The Kadam, his father's Guatemalan, man. He showed me a picture of his father. He looked straight like you would consider. He looked almost Mexican, man. You know, Guatemalans hate that they get called Mexicans, but you know,
same thing Puerto Ricans, y'all. We all the same.
Right.
They ass tweakers.
Curses on.
You look at
Curses.
Kadam, and they'll say that he looks like he's a so-called black man.
Kadam in Bar Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, that brother. Yeah, y'all didn't talk about. Yeah, I didn't talk
Matter of
about
fact,
that.
there's some records of some J slaves coming in. Some Senegal, they very dark skinned, they had straight hair. You had some that was very light, had straight hair, sharp noses, thin lips, man. Like, you know, our heritage is a speckled bird, like I said, Jeremiah 12:9.
That's right.
So are you Latino on your ears, like black on your ears, like, man, y'all need to just sit down, man.
Right.
Lord gonna kill y'all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The Corral, the Warner, they Northern Kingdom.
Elder Malcolm. Ruben.
Right, come on, man. Y'all just tweaking, man. You see, y'all got this this term mixed. That's what y'all got your minds all messed up when you come from the seed of men.
Right.
That's it.
But y'all don't understand that, man. Y'all too busy focusing on what the mother
The matriarch.
Hey, David's grandmother was a
Moabite.
Just had that conversation with an Iscarite that was running around calling herself Puerto Rican because her mother was Puerto Rican. I said, "No, you're Issachar."
Okay, I got a bunch of that. I was for this. This is these pictures right here. I'm gonna have to put it on. A lot of these pictures here, you'll see when I pull it up in one second.
And it's crazy. The Spirit do what the Spirit do. Because you can see the direction it's went.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sister
And it all ties into the fall of his economy.
Yeah.
I got
Us coming out, right? The truth about who we are.
Right.
That matter of fact, somebody get that while he's putting it up.
And
What you got? And somebody get Isaiah 25:7.
And the Esau,
I get it.
Esau,
I got
the
it.
target is Jake, all 12 tribes. Regardless whether you dark skinned
Yeah,
or whether you light skinned.
You can see that he's wearing something similar to what those images on those Negro things.
But look at the rest of these natives over
Right,
here.
they're all brown.
they got lights.
You got afros over here in the back right here.
Different shades of brown.
That's
Color.
right.
You see the afros back here?
Right.
Look at Yasharal. They got a nice fro, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Right here, Zebulon. Panamanian Indian. Right there, it's a Panamanian Indian.
Yeah, that's Zabawalawan right there.
Zebulon, man.
That's
Curly,
it.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Jew.
They call him Afro. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Jew
is a
folk,
Jew,
right.
bro. True Jew.
Which is easy.
You stupid.
But yeah, but that was good. Now let's swing back. You got something else?
Yeah, this is the Isaiah 10. I read that was.
Let's swing back to the video.
That's right.
Get a little bit more video.
I can wait for the video.
Do you want the 25:7?
Barbecue shop.
Okay, this is Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right. So this whole false black and white narrative, Arab, brown man, white man, red man, and all this other. Well, you are red, but all these different yellow, black, and brown, and all that kind of. That's all just social constructs that they made up to control the narrative.
Right.
And to create separation, and if they don't call you that, then they call you by a landmass, So they just full of shit and full of lies, and now the history and the truth is coming out. All things are being revealed, man. He's being made bare, simple as that. And now his kingdom is falling, and he's signed the crime. Let's get back to that cop, to that sheriff.
That's the one I was looking for. This is off the Incas.
Yeah,
This is
Mayans.
the Mayans kind. This is off of the
they dark as
pyramids.
hell.
And they got the lips, the
The blackface.
The blackface
blackface lips, yeah.
I know I was trying to remember what folder I had.
The same people, man.
Yeah, they got the same. If you go, this is over there in the Incas. You got this also in the Mayans. You got in the Aztecs. You'll see this folder was one. And matter of fact, here's one of it. So-called chieftain, right there.
I got the whole
Feel like a
photo.
nigga.
I got everybody that's in that picture with me. There's about 100 people there, and they all look like him. And that's from 1925.
Come on, bro.
That was a Gadite powwow from 1925. That's where that image comes from.
That's right. So what you're seeing in your American history are lies. There's another picture painted back then. You see, these are Native Americans, all dark skinned.
Well, you know what? We've read that Ben Franklin's letter plenty of times.
Yeah.
And it said that that these people were swarthy and tawny.
Yep.
All right. So as simple as that, man. Get back to the video.
That's right.
Point's been proven, man.
You asshole. Absolutely.
Look, groceries are up anywhere from 30% to 47% in the last 3 years. Now, when you look at just groceries and the cost of food, because people are stealing food now, and as a chief of police, I can tell you that, I'm starting to understand. I don't know how people afford an apartment anymore. With the way that the cost of those are rising. If you ask me, there are a lot of people on the top that are against the majority. And something's going to happen. Something's going to blow because it's not just food. If you want to know why you're struggling, I can tell you why. Because everything is going up at that percentage, right? So take your paycheck. Like I make, I don't know, probably about $57,000 a year. So 3 years ago, that $57,000 has got to stretch out 40% more on multiple levels. Okay. And every time you turn around, these big corporations are wanting to raise prices more and more and more and more. And this is a battle that's going to end in a very bad way. The homeless numbers are rising. Millennials have given up the hope of ever buying a home. And I was stupid enough to try to own a restaurant. Don't do that. I figured out real quick why my family wanted to sell it so bad. I found their invoices. I was paying $180 for a case of cheese that they were spending $74 for in February of 2020.
Wow.
Pause to speak on that, understanding how when you were making the pieces and stuff. Go ahead.
Because when you have a business and you sit there and you gotta buy your dough.
You can speak on that too, bro.
You gotta buy your dough. You have to buy your boxes. You gotta buy your cheese. They go wholesale, of course. And when you go buy wholesale, of course, you get a big old box of cheese. Say you see, it's like he said, $80 or whatever, $75. That right there, you can turn around and make $200-300 off that one box of cheese. All right. If they dump their price up to $180, you can't just jump up your prices of the pizza because nobody's gonna buy the pizzas. If people buy pizza right now for about $22, $23 for a large pizza, $25, $30 for an extra large pizza, something like that. If your cost for that cheese goes up 100%, because from 80 to 175, that's over 100%.
Right.
That means now your profit just went down 100%. You just now you're not making the same amount of profit.
And if
so
you're
you
a
need
business owner,
right? To a business owner, now you're not making a lot of money, so your profit. No one goes into business to break even. You go into business to make a profit.
Right.
So now the big corporations are squeezing out the individual business owner. And so, like they said, like, look, man, we're barely in the red, and he has his house on the line. He has people when they get these businesses, they say, okay, what's your collateral?
Yep.
Your collateral is your house. If you've been paid off your house, you just put up your $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 house as a collateral. So if that business falls, your house falls. And now you're indigent when you're sitting there and had a thriving business as of 2 years ago. Esau's got all. I think he said in this video is another video he
says that the middle class is
that's
gone, basically.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's what
there's almost no middle class left.
And when I was a freshman in high school, it was an Ephraimite. He was a Spanish teacher, and usually he'd teach Spanish, but he don't always teach Spanish. And he said what they trying to do. He told me this when I was 15. He said what they trying to do is get rid of the middle class, and it's gonna be a super rich and the poor.
He said that way back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're just like, damn, it's all making sense.
It did. It made very sense, man.
I was thinking about the movie Deep Cover. With Jeff Goldblum, he was doing a drug deal at the end. And
when he's a lawyer.
Yeah. He said there's no more rich people, there's no more poor people. He said there's no middle class, it's just rich people and poor people. Me and you are both rich, so we on the same side.
He started saying, and then he was saying mostly robots gonna start taking over these businesses. He said, y'all in the future, if y'all don't start doing something, basically trying to get us hope, but there wasn't no hope. He knew that.
That's why
a long time.
That's why the movement is over the last couple of weeks.
And that's basically what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now they're trying to say there's a big movement on Instagram and TikTok and so forth. September 1st, trying to tell people to strike and everybody go on strike. And if that we the people got the power, and if we tell we can.
That shit ain't gonna happen.
Man,
Ain't gonna happen. America is
no, it's not gonna happen. All right, because he even said that he's trying to get people to do it, but people scared to do it because they're gonna be like, well, I don't want to lose my job by not coming in and striking.
If they do it, but the Lord still get everybody in the trick bag, because if they do it, they'll crash the economy. And they won't be able to live.
So no matter what happens, it's gonna happen.
The Lord got everybody in the trick bag. So if you do that, you still gonna crash that economy.
And guess
if
what?
You don't do it.
Whether they do it or not.
It have to happen. It's gonna have to happen.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. and there's gonna be marauding groups kicking in doors.
There it is.
That's what's gonna happen.
He'll even say that, show you the vibration of the common man. Just like this guy right here, just like average Jake, average Esau, average the poor. The poor are going to be the hands of the wicked shall be and Job.
All the hands of the wicked.
I can't call.
And to say shit, I'm about to be 31. That was 28 years he said that. talking about I was 15. I'm about to be 31 next week. That's
15 years.
Yeah,
16
no,
years.
16, yeah.
16 years.
So yeah, 16 years.
And he wasn't even the truth, and he could see that.
I mean, they've been doing this for a long time.
Absolutely.
The shit been collapsing. Really, America's been going downhill. When you watch The Wash, y'all older brothers remember The Wash?
Yeah.
Wasn't the conflict in The Wash automation?
Yep.
The economy's been tanking there. You used to be able to work at a car wash and pay your rent.
Well, they show you
I
this.
used to work at a car wash. Used to make like $150 a day.
Well, they did show you this. You look at it in the 1956. You see the Jackson cartoons. Who was doing all the work? The robots.
Esau been talking about the 1% for a long time.
Yep.
Back in the 90s, you if you watch movies or you watch certain news and shit, especially listen to AM radio, you will hear them talk about, oh, it's not they like to use that. It's not a black versus white. It's the rich versus the poor. It's the 99% versus the 1%. It's now just getting worse. It's getting worse now.
Well, because Esau's feeling, but this police officer with this sheriff is you can see and hear
he's
the
exasperated.
desperation.
Yeah, he's exasperated. Yeah.
Right. And what he's really doing is he's getting a taste of what it's like to be a so-called black person.
Esau still had,
Because Judah, mainly Judah, and not the other tribes been catching hell too. But Judah has been living this way ever since they destroyed all of Judah's towns and accomplishments after slavery.
Right.
Because you got to remember, Judah built up towns and townships and places and neighborhoods in America that were superseding the whites around them.
Yep, that's it.
And so they, and this is after slavery, and that angered a lot of white people. They weren't harming the white people, so-called. They just, and Judah didn't try to get vengeance or nothing. They just wanted to.
They just let me go on about my business.
Niggas even help them Edomites. If they can get along their own basis, the niggas will give them alone.
And Esau hated, the fact that Judah was doing better than him in America so bad till he went through and destroyed all his towns, burnt down his neighborhoods, destroyed his banks, his schools.
Y'all good?
Yeah, he's all right. He's not the one.
And so
Behind the scenes.
and now this guy, I'm laughing at this calamity. I just want to tell him, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, that's what they tell us all the time, right? You got to afford y'all hustle.
Because really what they complain about is bullshit. Y'all would come move right in the hood next to us, nigga. They mad.
Some of them are.
They got to.
That's
really what they mad
They
about.
moving all in through Terrytown.
That's why they mad, because they getting 300,000, saying it's not enough. They still want to live out next door to motherfucking Michael Jordan shit. No, bring your red ass next door to me, nigga.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Right? Go get the crib that's 200,000. You can afford that and live next to us, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got to work. I got to work last week.
You get to hear these gunshots too, bitch.
Come on, brother.
I got to work last week. Over there at 68th and Lafayette, that red line train.
Right.
I said, when is my girl going? So I'm like, where is she going?
I know.
And if somebody carrying my corner, they was like, Edomite boy, because like they moving in the hood.
Yeah. They move it all into the hood.
Yeah.
All right. You're always gonna have what you call the pioneers that come in first.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you all along the lakefront, all along Lakeside, they all through Lakeside now. Now, was a few in them houses over there where Kanye's mother's house was. There was always a few that still were there.
Right.
All right. But all those high-rise buildings along the lakefront in the 70s, from 71st all the way up until about 76, 78. All those little low-rise buildings. Edomites are all in there now because now they're moving all in there because I know because I see them. They're on the express bus.
Yeah, and the Gooks are too. Another reason why.
A lot of them too. They moving into my neighborhood.
The housing costs and the gas. They don't want to take that commute. See, they got you niggas moving to the suburbs because for some reason you feel like that status.
You got Ellen coming into my neighborhood too.
That's status. To live in the suburbs, that's status. But right, but now you niggas are getting oppressed even more instead of just getting a crib in your own neighborhood and just keeping the shit together like you should. Nevertheless, Esau was moving to the city, so they got to take that drive pay off all that gas. He mentions in his video about the damn you spending probably a third of your fucking money on getting
Travel.
to work, man.
Travel.
Yeah, and you Edomites, man.
Man, you can't take the
Because
red line no
he
more.
said he had an out. Hey, you take the red line, you liable to get shot or poked.
Oh man, it's going down.
Or you gonna get high from contact.
That is absolutely. That will happen. That will happen.
You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get robbed on the red line. And it's funny, man, because
I'm gonna tell you, brother. Years ago, when I was young, people got beat up on the red line in the buses. Often.
All the time.
I'm just saying.
Y'all not getting what he's saying.
But see now, you know, I'm older now. You know, so I have to be wise in my movement and everything. So rather, I try to avoid the red line unless I absolutely have to. And then when I do ride it, I find myself moving from car to car just so I don't have to, you know, because somebody come down, sit down next to me.
Right.
And I'm like, nigga, we ain't in your house.
Right.
And you know what's crazy though?
You know, and it's like, man, we're in a closed car.
Yeah, that's it.
There's old people, women with babies, and you.
Right. Hey, you know, it's something.
I'm like, I hate niggas,
It's
man.
something that on them cars when they say you're supposed to smoke. It leaves some type of.
Oh yeah, it's illegal.
It's illegal.
in Illinois.
You ain't supposed to be
So-
smoking.
Well, it's illegal
It goes
anyway,
nowhere.
but it just goes to show you
They don't give a fuck.
that ever since the whole C19, you know, niggas and crackers do it too.
Yeah, nobody cares. But you know what's
Crackers
funny?
do it too. They want. Matter of fact, the damn Edomites are smoking that same skunk funky shit that Jake be smoking.
Yeah.
I was smelling that shit. I'm like, damn, ain't no niggas around. It's crackers.
Hey,
you know when you smell that shit, you gonna see some niggas and speakers.
Right. Trying to
They
forget they
walking up and
walls.
down- They walking up and down Damon in Bucktown, where $1 million homes at, doing that shit too. I'm like, God,
everybody,
even the crackers is niggas now.
everybody smoke. But you noticed like 5 years ago, it was limits. The red line. Say you coming from north. By the time you get to Sox 35th, all the heaters was off the train.
Yeah, they were.
But now you got them riding even up to 63rd. Most of 55th.
And sometimes 69.
Yeah, but now you got them even getting off 63rd, 69th.
But
Now
they've been gentrifying Inglewood for a minute.
It's supposedly, but they ain't gentrified. They just can't afford.
They
They can't gentrify like they used.
Yeah,
I was just about to say
They
that.
can't even afford to gentrify. Now they gotta just mingle in with the niggas.
Yeah.
I remember.
Which is the Lord setting them up.
Ron Lost Pike,
I
I
was
said.
just about to say
They
that.
put a Whole Foods in the Starbucks in Inglewood. I said, they trying to gentrify this shit.
Yep.
But one of them crashed. Was it the Whole Foods?
The Whole
The
Foods.
Whole
The
Foods
Whole
crashed.
Foods.
They can't afford to gentrify over there no more.
Well, actually, they had a contract. It was set up that way. The dude that they was protesting about, they had a contract that they had was gonna be a Whole Foods for so long, and then it was gonna turn it into a Save-A-Lot after the contract ended. And that's what happened. And niggas went into it and was like, "Look, this is bullshit. This was set. It was set. It was a setup to bring people, basically make people think they were doing something about you know."
It don't matter. Them Edomites
Well,
moved
they
in. I
wanted.
got scripture.
They did want to gentrify
Yeah.
Inglewood.
Yeah,
They wanted it. Any neighborhood where a train runs through
Right off
and would take you straight downtown, they wanted it.
right off the freeway.
The Great Line right there.
That's the point.
Exactly. So that's why they wanted it. Every neighborhood where a train runs right through it, they want that.
Yeah, once you
They
get
want
a
to live
Whole
along.
Foods,
They want to be walking distance to the train.
That's it.
once the
Absolutely.
neighborhood get a Whole Foods and a Starbucks, they trying to bring crackers in. Hey, but this Lamentations 1 and 20. Behold, O Lord, Yahweh, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled, my heart is turned within me. If I have grievously rebelled, abroad the sword bereaveth, at home there is as death. So we just fucked up, right? They have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it.
Perfect.
Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me.
Right.
Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me.
Yeah.
All my transgressions, for my sides are many, and my heart is faint. So you got Edomites that can't afford these motherfucking cribs. They making 6 figures. Move to the hood. You
That's
gotta be
how I
right there
also
with
made
us.
clients.
Yeah.
It's all low like
Paying
that.
me was nothing once upon a time. Now it's a struggle. The first thing that gets cut, you know, from the
The
upper middle
budget.
class,
The budget.
first class citizen, The first thing to get cut is their trainer and their masseuse. Those are the first things that they, and I was doing very well with that for many a year. And they just can't afford me anymore.
Yeah, I got another precept too. This Isaiah 19. What's it like?
No, it's like 19.
Oh, you sure?
I was about to
This
say,
Isaiah 19.
discretionary spending starts going down. They start spending money on the
Memberships,
memberships, luxury items. Next thing, you just try to spend on their money only on essentials. When you got the elite only, or the so-called upper class only spend on essentials, and that
it's hurt. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you used to say years ago, Malcolm, about how all them clients that you had up there on the Gold Coast, and them motherfuckers are gone.
They gone.
That's it.
The ultra wealthy has been gone.
Yeah, this is the perfect storm.
This Salaki, brother. The wealthy people here in America are low level. I mean, and not in America, but the wealthy people in Chicago, those are the low level. They're the ones that stuck their front.
Right.
The people live in the corn cob buildings and marina towers and stuff, and those are the people. They barely make it.
Yeah.
Right.
They got enough money to be there, but they ain't stunting like them guys I used to fuck with back
And
in the
there's a
day.
lot of Edomites in these condos that's getting Section 8.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's my daddy put him on today.
Yeah, there's a lot of Edomites in these condos downtown. They living good, but they on Section 8. So they can still go shop on, the Magnificent Mile and shit. But they hitting the system hard. And Esau like to complain, this niggas long, man.
That's y'all.
This shit was set up for y'all. Since when the government actually want to help niggas, man? Come on, stop playing.
Period.
Hey, but this is a perfect storm. You got unemployment increasing due to automation. I just watched the video. This motherfucking robot built the house. I think it said laid 1,000 bricks an hour, and it can build a full-size
I saw
house
that
in
video
2 days.
in 2 days, and I saw that shit.
Working all night.
I was like, damn, that's a lot of bricklayers and carpenters.
Out of work. The whole masonry gone.
But now you saying that they keep putting this commercial up about how they got AI lawyers now. Now they actually moving them out of business now too, and there don't be no
I
lawyers.
will make sure I defend you.
Yeah, ChatGPT will get it done for you.
Which means, and we already showed the new AI is all programmed. Whoever program it the way they want to, so it's not even really real AI.
Right. Exactly.
It's controlled AI.
That's it.
Right? Real AI went rogue on their ass, and they got rid of that shit.
Right.
And this Isaiah 19 and 14. Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Esau can't make proper decisions for his country. Everything he's doing is bringing him to his demise. Starting with automation, starting with debt. Really, if Esau really just kept even half the laws of the Lord, just dealing with, even if he just kept the parts just with his own fellow Edomites, the economy would actually be straight, you fucking goofy.
Yep.
All right? The Lord had a perfect welfare system.
Perfect.
We canceled debt every 7 years.
Yes,
You wouldn't have to worry about homes. See, Esau made home ownership is predatory.
Yes.
And Esau further made it predatory, but he made sure to keep you Edomites in rotation to sell your home and buy homes too. All right? In the ancient world, if I bought your house and your land after 50 years, if you alive or dead, that shit go back to you or your family. And I get my own land and house back too.
Yep.
See, Esau even put you motherfucking heathens in slavery.
That's it.
In the ancient world, say you went, when it mentions going to work for somebody in the ancient world, that was you being a slave.
That's
And
right.
it was temporary.
That's
You
it.
worked for 7 years, you got enough finances and wealth
Move on
to now
on.
get your own shit done.
That's right.
Now you whatever you went to, you can do it and help the next man. It was a system of entrepreneurship.
That's right.
All right, point blank period. You can,
Shit.
yeah, you'll get your own shit. Yeah,
Like you said, the welfare system, that when you pull down your crops, you left the corners.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Even if you modernize it, whatever you went to, say, look, it wouldn't be no big ass. Esau the devil. Apple. If I'm a program, I can develop my own shit or get a team of developers, and we can work together. And shit'll be split fair.
Right.
But Esau made it so they get rich off your ass, and they not paying you a fair amount. And then you got these motherfuckers, because of that, they leaving their jobs. All right, the Esau so greedy, they cut corners and they firing motherfuckers. They got machines doing it. So now you can't even fucking work. Everything this man has done is shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah, he destroys his own his own setup.
The scripture says, "He that is equal to himself."
The whole
He truly
That is absolutely.
Yeah, he put you in slavery. Esau is put Esau in slavery.
Right.
He complained about, oh Lord, where they gonna
Come on.
live, and this and that. Bitch, you a slave just like us now, man.
That is.
Slock it. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So this was prophesied, man. This just continued bad decision making Esau's been doing is now catching up to him, man. His pride, his covetousness is shooting him in the ass.
Yep.
As it said in Sirach, this is a recompense of his evil.
Yep.
All right, that was the curse put on the serpent that he would go after his belly. So you got a bunch of greedy motherfuckers ruling the damn earth, only caring about increasing their riches they can never spend in 100 lifetimes.
Yeah.
Man,
But they just want to oppress your ass. And now you a fucking slave. Now you can't even get a piece of the pie that was promised to y'all way back in Genesis 7.
Yeah.
It's enough resource for all you Edomites to rule the world together.
You
And
know,
fuck us all up together. He saw some greedy. He fucking you up.
I love it. Love that. I love it.
Yeah.
He destroyed himself. And
Yeah.
there's so many mathematicians that have done different breakdowns and placing people, the whole population of the earth in one place.
Yeah.
Right.
Texas was one of them. That was one that I'm trying to remember the other one, and they kept doing it in sections. They said, well, we get the whole population here, everybody can have a house. And they said, okay. Then they spread out a little bit further, well, and everybody can have a house in so many acres of land. Where they
Right.
can grow their own food and not be on top of each other. And literally, it said, so this whole thing about it being too many people,
It's a lie.
it's too many people that want to control more than what they need.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's what it comes down to. When you got whole islands and shit, you know, you got a state, you know, and you got you know, all these thousands of acres of land that's owned by 10 people.
Right.
But yet the population of that state is 13,
It's
14,
so
15
fucked up.
million, but 10 people own damn near all the land in the state.
It's
You
so
know what I'm
fucked up,
saying?
Elder. It's so much land here. It's enough land for some motherfuckers to own some islands and still be plenty.
Right.
Esau just the damn devil. It's slave. The other scriptures that Revelation 6 talk about the balances, which zygotes, which means slavery. Then it says buying their water and food by weight. The fact that you go to a grocery store and you paying for an 8-ounce steak, all right, or that's slavery. You don't own nothing. So that nigga talking about you will own nothing and you will love it. That's been happening.
Yeah.
That's already happening. You go slave to get some paper, all right. It's basically like when you go to what's the game, Dave and Buster's.
Well, you got to register everything.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've registered when you go and earn this paper money, which is connected, which is, you know, that's backed by nothing. When you go buy anything, the moment you register, you just really gave up the ownership of it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. It's like
Right.
it's like GameStop credits or Dave and Buster money. All right. When you go there, you give them something real. Which in this case, you work, you slave, you're giving up your time, your energy. That's something real. Something you could have put into yourself, right? And they give you this currency that you can only use on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
They own everything. You got to go to them for the one of all things. You heathens are now feeling like us, man. You got to go to eat the Elisa Edom for the one of all things. You are a fucking slave.
Yeah.
Welcome to our world.
That's why it's so funny that
And we
they.
leaving. We going up while y'all coming down. So
Right. Got a scripture to back that up too. Go
I
ahead.
got a scripture too.
You want to get that?
Yeah. You can say what you about to say in 1 second.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see, there's only one way to rule for forever, and that's the way of righteousness. You see, all these other nations, when they get put in power, they ultimately go down because they rule with unrighteousness. And the thing is, with Esau, Edom, like the elder bro Benji was saying, they are ruling with just complete wickedness. And so it's like when they got into power, it says how evils multiplied in the world. Forget addition. You know what I'm saying? Multiplication.
Right.
When Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, got into power, you know, because they are the basis of men and the you know, righteousness of the Most High God. They're about the complete opposite of that. And so here's these are telltale signs of these things that's going on right now, everything that's going on right now, what this guy, this police officer is talking about. You know, all these things are the telltale sign of a transition from power, from one people to another people.
What's the canary, the cave, whatever the hell this is.
Cajun Captain Canary?
So the
Canary in the coal mine.
Canary in the coal mine.
Yeah, it's like
One of them, whatever.
it's like I did this mathematical equation years ago in the truth, and I just googled it again. What is the total land acreage of the planet? Not the water, just actually solid land. It is 36 billion acres. If you can take it, it's real simple. How many people on the planet? 7 to 8 billion. So let's say 8. Divide 8 into 36. Everybody can get that much acreage to themselves.
Right.
All right. I was using somebody else's phone, so I had to even figure out how to get on.
How much acres you said?
36 billion acres, and you divide that by 8 billion people. 8 billion. So 36 billion divided by 8 billion.
4.5.
So everybody should have 4.5 acres of land, and 4.5 acres. If you go do the math on the acres, that's a lot of land.
That's
1
a lot of
acre is a
land,
lot of land.
Right.
Everybody can have 4.5 acres of land.
Basically,
Got it.
you could probably get one family, like if you split this block up into 3 sections, just or you know, you could have one family and you have all that plot and all that land around it with your own food, your dogs, your own, your own livestock and your own garden, and you could be actually self-sufficient. You could actually do that.
I got it.
That's about 4 acres.
But when you're the wicked, you're carnal, you're insatiable. You see, and you want it all. See, the scriptures talk about how the
Bitch, I sent you something.
the scriptures talk
Send
about.
it to him. We can play it. Salakia.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say the scriptures talk about in the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people that's being ruled over. Right, a wise king. But when you're a dumbass, all right, and you're wicked, then this is what happens in the world: a hellhole.
Dumbass and wicked.
That's it. That's it. And instead of a paradise, it's a hell.
Yeah, that's definitely Esau. He's the biggest dummy ever.
So I got the crowd was talking.
No, what were you saying?
I said, Yak, you're right. He's the biggest dumbass on the planet, man. That's why the Lord finna boot his ass, man.
I got you to back up what you were saying though. This is Jeremiah 22:13. Woe to him that buildeth house to house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. That's Esau.
Yep. Yep.
Want to put you on top of each other and this, that, and the other, and have all this other fucking land and this, that, and the other, and say it ain't enough fucking land.
Yeah, that's why scriptures say, "Woe to him that build house to house."
Yeah, that's what I just read.
Oh, you just read?
You just read that.
Woe means destruction.
Destruction.
Just off that alone, the Lord can destroy your ass. Was setting it for this whole setup.
Hold on, you
Yeah.
said ain't enough land with extra or whatever. No, come here.
No, I was just gonna finish this other verse back in this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 9. It says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such a one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels." You see, and so they're extra uber proud, all right, and putting their mindset above the mindset of the Most High God, all right, and they want to play.
They know better.
But
They think they know better.
exactly. All right, and they don't get no more prouder than that, right?
I think you know better than the actual power.
The architect of all.
Right. It is the creator saying, well, if you rule this way, all right, then you're gonna get a paradise. Then you're gonna get, everything is serene and beautiful and fair and equitable. Right?
Why? Because I designed it this way.
Exactly.
That's why scripture says, out of prison he cometh to reign.
Right.
And therefore they that are born in his kingdom become poor. Right? You're born with debt. How the hell are you born? How the hell all you money nigga I just got here?
Hey,
You know,
Man,
like
that's
the
$80,000.
like the brother Benji was going into, he was basically saying like, hey, here it is, you're already in slavery. And it's funny, and I was gonna say this, it's funny because, you know, they laugh at us when we tell them that they're going into slavery, but nigga, you already in slavery, man.
Some of them not laughing.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't no way laughing.
Like they used to.
Yeah,
Exactly, because they also see this downfall and that there is no healing.
It ain't happening.
She calls me this precept. This is 2 Samuel 23:3. It says, the God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just,
That's right.
ruling in the fear of the Most High God.
That's right. That's why King Solomon said to the Lord, when he asked him, what do you want? He said, well, shit. I like all these people, these great, I need wisdom. I need to understand how to judge these people.
That's it.
Because I don't want to fuck up.
I need to know how to not fuck up.
And but the fool in his heart said, there is no God.
That's right.
You see? And he played God himself.
That's right.
All right. And so the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, man.
Yeah, that's right.
To know that if you
Be
don't
afraid.
roll,
Be very afraid.
and if you don't roll with the righteousness of the Most High God,
You gonna fuck it
there's
up.
going to be consequences
What's
in
crazy?
his death and destruction. That's it. Which is ultimately death and destruction.
That's right.
What's great? What's crazy is like lately, if you go on the internet and search the internet, the scriptures, the Lord has been standing on the scriptures. Like these, everybody been coming out, proving the Lord, His word, affirming it, and how everything is enclosed. Ain't no going into outer space. That Esau's a fucking liar, man. Esau's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
He's a fucking liar.
It's the reason why those chemtrails jack us up so bad.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so it's coming out across the planet. And Esau, these men that's been standing on the corner, goddamn, they been telling the truth the whole time.
Yeah, some people, many. I would say probably at this point millions, because you know what, I got people. You know, we all do, but that's people from Europe that watch my videos all the time, and they'll chime in and say, well, the same thing here in London, same thing here in Ireland, shit like that. You know, so people are watching, man.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of things, you know, Benji be like, man, Esau don't know shit, you know, and I be like, you know, and then I started to look like a lot of information that Esau give you is just a bunch of bullshit. He don't know nothing.
Well, he
Get
tried
your
He
there.
don't know how big the earth is.
No.
He don't know the shape of the mother. He don't know shit.
He'll lie, tell you, give you a number.
He'll give you a number. He'll give you a guesstimation. He'll give you a guesstimation.
A theory.
You know, right? Esau will give you an inkling of truth, and then he'll give you one or two truths. All right, that may not even be solid, but then he'll give you a whole bunch of lies. But every two
Bunch of
truths, he gives you
bullshit.
10 lies, man. And that's why people are so lost and confused. Will we be able to pull that up?
I got it.
Yeah, I posted it in there.
Anybody who wants to praise, go start playing.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. And we gotta let Alex Jones talk about what's coming and what Alex Jones is talking about. It was confirmed through Bill Gates and who I saw both the other videos when Bill Gates said it, and I saw the video when I forget that really ugly old Edomite lady.
Listen to what's about to happen.
From the WWF for the whole. Yeah, please.
Breaking news. It's about to happen. Listen.
Tuesday, we got called in, the managers, and told that by the middle of September, that the new policy's being written, that this is done, they were told this is happening, it's not hypothetical. You will all have to wear masks again, and so will airport employees. Then, by the middle of October, they are going to say that everyone flying has to wear a mask. And in the meetings, people began to ask them, well, I mean, why is this happening? I said, well, because of the new variant in Canada,
back, people. The elites are fighting back.
And then we were told we expect by December a return to the full COVID protocol of 2020-2021. And I was given many more details. I wrote down notes on it. Then I left. Called the first federal connection that I was thinking of. Didn't answer. Called the second. Answered. Told them what I've been told. They said, what day was that? I said, Tuesday. They said, yep, we were told yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, so it's Wednesday. Expect COVID protocols to begin rolling out middle of September. And I said, what else were you told? Basically, that they believe this new variant is super bad and that they're doing the testing and that they should just get ready for a whole new rollout of what happened before. And this was Border Patrol, connected people I was talking to, and testing at the border again and a whole shooting match.
People, fight back.
That's two federal agents.
Fight back.
They told me this yesterday. And I went to look at the news, and there they were saying Canada's looking into restrictions again based on the variant, and so is the EU. And one of the Russians just put out 3 days ago. U.S. is plotting another pandemic. Russian head of the defense ministry warns.
Stop it right there. So the Russians put out a thing immediately and said that America is planning a new, a new
strain.
thing.
A new strain.
So the deck is about to go up because people are not. This is going to kill what's left of America.
The deck is
It's
going
going to
up.
destroy businesses and everything's going to go up. Everything's going to go up exponentially, and all this is happening at the same time. The hyperinflation is rolling in. So when we say it's here, it's here, it's here. Responding to what the elder apostle Tahar said in this video.
Dude, you got that nuka poop talking about fight back. Ain't nothing gonna
Yeah, well, he don't know what
He don't know what's going on.
Look, yeah, he probably a Muslim. Anyway.
Absolutely. Off top.
That dumbass, no mustache.
This is Islam on your
Absolutely.
That's typically a thing that Ishmael does, what the Muslims do.
Right.
Or Jake, the Islam type cats do.
Islam, that is.
Some of the Amish do that too. Yeah, because that's a bugged out look.
Yeah, but now he's got too many tats to be Amish.
Because because I don't know, even though if it's really going off, it just look bugged off.
Yeah.
It ain't your beard. It's just weird, Yeah, to have a beard with no mustache. Damn, that's
fully
like
tatted.
peanut butter, no jelly. I mean, it don't make sense. It's all gonna backfire on you. All right, can somebody real quick get Isaiah? We gonna wrap it up. Get Isaiah 33:1, because the world is getting ready to deal treacherously with them, and so with all these things that's coming down the pipe. They need to distract the Americans and the Western world from all the other shit that's happening. So this to get this control over the people again, But I don't think that these Southerners and these militia groups are finally gonna use their pew-pews and it's gonna be a whole lack of pew-pew going back and forth real soon. Go ahead, Ryan.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, and so Esau Edom dealt treacherously with his own people here in America, and he dealt treacherously with his with all his comrades, all his allies, and now, go ahead, yeah.
It says, when thou cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
So when they go to do all this shit, see, they're trying to control chaos. And chaos can't be controlled.
Right.
So everything's going to hit at once. This is a perfect storm, like St. Benji said, man. This is a perfect storm coming Yeah, and on top of that, you got firestorms all over the world too. I mean, uproars of the people. All this shit is all happening at once, man. And it can't, this is a game of Jenga, and eventually you're gonna pull that one piece where
And the whole thing falls apart. There it is.
It's funny, because we were playing Jenga last week at the block party, and it got to the point where when you have nothing else in the middle and then things going on the side, it's that one piece like, oh shit, no matter what piece you pull, it's coming.
it's all coming down.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's pretty much where we are. All right? Is there more to that?
Thank you.
It says, and when thou shalt make
We
an
did.
end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously.
That's right.
Right. And so, and that's what's happening, man. The nations are making side deals and backdoor deals with America's enemies. Their own allies are making, and the infighting within NATO. There's infighting. They're looking at each other. I believe Italy and France is going back and forth with each other now. So it's over.
That's right.
It's over. We just gotta ride out the storm.
Right.
That one cop that rolled down with the Twin Towers.
Right.
He made it when everybody else died.
Right.
When it collapsed, he just rolled it down. He was good. All right. Hey, so with that, man, I'm gonna give all praises, all glory, and honor
To Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rekaka, Abba Babal.
Yeah, the Lord was with him that day. He was like, wee.
You do it.
That's a funny ass ride. That's right. That nigga probably